Okay, so I have decided to do my biology role model project on Jedidah Isler. Okay. So Jedidah Isler is a astrophysicist. Her upbringing kind of was a bit hard for me to honestly get a lot of details on. However, what I could find is that as a child, she was very interested in the sky, the stars, the galaxies, the heavens. So, for one of her birthdays, her sister gifted her a telescope, and she basically used that to observe the stars and just grow her interest into astrology. So she started off her educational career at Norfolk University. That's where she got her Bachelor's of Science in a program which was essentially aimed at cultivating minority scientists who want to complete graduate level work. She then completed her Master's of Arts in physics at Fisk University, which then led for her to get her PhD in astronomy at Yale University. So again, something else that was very difficult for me to find were her hobbies and basically a lot of personal information. I could find a lot about her recent information, such as like her educational career and so on. However, I could not find anything from her childhood leading up to her teenage years. However, like I said, at a young age, it was the stars, the galaxies, and then again the heavens. So yeah, recent information was super hard for me to find. My admiration, I very much admire her simply because, first things first, she's an astrophysicist. Okay, she's studying the stars, all of that. I can't even get into it. She's also a Black woman who heavily advocates for equality and diversity, not only for African American women, but for women just in general to have that opportunity. A quote that she states here says, I hope young women all over the world see themselves represented somewhere in this image, aspire to greater STEM dreams, and find herself in the company of the next generation of women in STEM. So she's just very motivational in her ways, especially looking back at her educational career and seeing that let me go back, the program, I forgot what the acronym stands for. However, it is aimed at helping those who are in need of the attention, minority students, giving them the opportunity and the chances to seek out and find options that will help them advance to their career in STEM or any other specific scientific career that they could find, whether that be astrology, biology, things of that sort. So recent scientific papers that she wrote, the first one is called Smart's Optical and Infrared Monitoring of the 12 Gamma Ray Bright Blazars. Honestly, I picked Jedidah simply because I understand that she is not a biologist. However, she is a scientist, so and she does have academic papers out, so that should still account for something. Um, so the article essentially was about multi-wavelength data. I tried to read through the abstract, excuse me. However, I could not understand much of it simply because it's not my area. However, they were just discussing about light curves, gamma rays, infrared rays, and things of that sort. The next article is Correlated Variability in the Blazar 3C 5434.3. 454.3, excuse me, multi-wavelength monitoring was basically again based on the infrared observations. So the only difference between this article and the other article was that this one is describing it in the 12 gamma ray bright blazars. However, this one is in the variability of the blazar 3C 454.3. And linked below are the references that I used. These two were the two articles that I used in the beginning, basically referencing her life and her upbringing. And then the last two were the scientific articles that I did find from ResearchGate. And that is the information that I found on Jedidah Isler.